is a synopsis, a financial synopsis that's still in the works, but this is what it looks like at this time of how we made out with the luncheon. And you can go through all the other figures, but the bottom line is when we took money in and we took money out and we agreed to pass out the annual memory book as a freebie to entice people to sign up for the full weekend package, okay? When the money comes in and the money comes out, we're ahead until we print the books. When we print the books, we might be $900 shy. But that said,
do it in black and white.
That's in the red down there near the bottom. Okay, but then the next line is we have raffle money. Because of your support, both in donating baskets and in purchasing tickets, why the raffle came out with $2,665. That includes the silent auction and in the raffle tickets. So, going in, we had already had from last year, we had deposited $1,000 to hold the ballroom, and we had $1,037 that we had as a buffer. So when you put all that together, and after we printed the books, we're going to have $3,792.50. Now, probably we'll want to put $1,000 down towards next year's luncheon when we fully determine where we want to be, and we want a buffer. But that still is going to leave us money to disperse to the chapters for their charity events. Last year we gave out $1,500. I would say we should be able to give out almost $1,800 this year.
Very nice.
And now, speaking of that, well, first, are there any questions about where we've gone so far? All right, I'm going to turn the floor over to what?
Before you do that, I'd like to say that I received a letter from San Diego thanking us for the tickets we had for our donation for the raffle.
Okay, who made that? Did you make that? Oh no, Susan Larson. Susan Larson made a basket in the name of Orange County.
I won it! Imagine that. That I won a raffle.
and so the raffle committee, raffle chairman, sent our chapter a thank you note by way of Ted Tardy. She's been right on top of sending out thank you notes. Okay, so at this point, yes?
Are you moving the agenda to do questions now or?
No, this is just a report. There's no action being taken right, because this isn't firm signature.
I know it.
Okay? And I passed it out to you, and if anybody can find my mistakes, I'd appreciate it. Okay, so don't feel bad if you come up to me and say, "Hey, this isn't right." If you can do better than me, well, I appreciate it. What?
Question: that $1,000 that you talked about for next year, could it be more? Maybe require any for anything else?
Well, it could be.
That's what I'm saying.
It could be. Well, that's why I'm not giving away any money anywhere yet. Yeah, we're making sure that we've got what we think we got before we do anything more. Okay, but now, you know, I'm really off your agenda here. I know you are, but there's still some people eating, so I thought this was a good way to go. And I wanted to turn it on over to Jim Steinmetz. Jim and Ann represented Orange County with our charity event. And they work closely with breast cancer patients and breast cancer angels. And so, Jim, you want to explain what went on and what you have over there?
Sure.
Or you want Ann to it?
I really don't want to take credit for this because Ann's the one that did all the work. She went out shopping day after day after day. Bob gave her the money. The amount was
$807.
And so she went out with that. She went to Walmart. She went to Target. She went Bed Bath & Beyond. She went all over the place, and had her all over her coupons so she could get the best bang for the buck. And so we assisted. When I say we, I'm saying all of us. Okay, through this, assisted 3 families. And what these families are, these women are all being treated for breast cancer. They're currently undergoing treatment for breast cancer. Breast Cancer Angels is an all-volunteer organization that we do all of our Santa work for fundraising. All of our work is done to raise money for them. These women are in dire financial need for help. So this helps with housing assistance, utilities, medicine, second opinions. It helps with a lot of different things. Anne's got the whole scoop on everything that they do. And like I say, she's the one that really did the work on it. I helped put together the board and helped wrap a couple presents, but she did it all. And so this board pretty well represents the families that what the children received and what the families received. And I'll tell you what, it's made a big difference. There's only one picture of a family in there. When children are involved, you have to be very, you all know, you have to be very careful about publicizing pictures of their children. But that family gave us a picture to show their thanks, and so that's why there was only one family that's pictured there over there. Do you want to say something? I think Ann needs to say something.
Well, your dollars went to provide Christmas for these 3 families. They really are below poverty level, all 3 of them. All 3 of these women are stage 4 breast cancer patients, which is not a real good place to be. So besides needing financial help, they need prayers. Hopefully they will survive this, but we don't know. HEPA also, which is the medical situation with medical records and so forth, also means that we can't always provide pictures. The Ibarra family has a postcard up there with a thank you note on it. They had 3 children, and so we were able to provide that family, that we started out with that family, and we provided a complete Christmas for them. It was their meal, it was their Christmas tree, it was the ornaments, it was all of their gifts. And
okay, hold on a minute. So if you couldn't hear her, okay, we started with the first family and provided a total Christmas, including a tree, ornaments, a Christmas meal, pajamas,
yes,
slippers,
yes, pajamas, clothing, including
underwear, socks, and 3 presents or 2 presents?
It was 3 gifts, 3 toys, and then outfits for all 3 of the children. So it was really, truly, and it was for the kids, because the mothers were provided through Breast Cancer Angels for gifts for them. Then the other two families, one was an 8-year-old girl and the mother, and she had a complete Christmas also. She only asked for a pretty party dress to attend a party which Breast Cancer Angels provides for the mother and their children. But because of your generosity, she also had a complete Christmas with toys and so forth, and her pretty party dress. Then the other family had two children, a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old, I believe. And they also had a complete Christmas as far as toys and clothing. Unfortunately, we ran out of money as far as having the food and the Christmas tree, but Breast Cancer Angels picked that up. So your money went
That's
a
how
long
you did
way.
it. I didn't think you could have done all that.
No. So, but it is listed on there, and there are pictures of the presents, both unwrapped and wrapped. So all we can say is thank you. Your money went a long, long way. And Jim and I delivered all of the gifts to the families in their homes. The Ibarra family is living in a rented condo. The other families are living with another family in one room in a mobile. So it was really heartwarming to go there, and I can't tell you how much that they appreciated what you did. So thank you again.
Thank you.
So take a look at the board that they put together here before we leave today, and we can't thank Jim and Ann enough for all the work they put into. Yeah, thank you so very, very much. Okay, I think now we can go to the agenda. And the first thing we missed off, we have this gathering of folk, and we forgot the invocation. Would anybody like to do an invocation?
Reverend Earl.
Reverend Earl.
And before he gives the invocation, I'd like to express gratitude for his hosting the Sunday morning chapel service.
Here, here.
I think that's a great addition to our program. We do it on Sunday, and not all of us can go to church on Saturday. And so you didn't acknowledge that that was your role, and I appreciate you doing it for the
Father, we thank you for this gathering. We thank you, Lord, for these folks. Thank you for good friends. Lord, we just thank you for letting us celebrate your birthday all year long. Pray that you be with us, guide us, and direct us, Lord. Let us give glory to you in everything we do and say. We ask in your name. Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
And if you couldn't hear Dottie down at this end of the room, she was thanking Sandra Earl for running the chapel service at the luncheon on Sunday morning. And we were there, and it was great fun. And we thank you for that. Okay, today our event is hosted by Dick and Joanne Goodman. Dick, stand up, say hi.
Thank you.
Say thank you. Now, if anybody has not heard, Joanne missed the luncheon. She was in the hospital, seriously dehydrated. Long story, but she's been a long time in the hospital. Then she got sent to a nursing home. She came home for 4 hours, passed out. Back to the hospital. Now she's been home how many days? A week? A week. Oh, she's been home a week. She's still weak, but she's getting better. But needs our prayers. Tell her we said hi. Will do.
And we miss her.
Okay, I thank all our people that traveled some distance to be with us here today. I think we just have Eva's new guests. I think I'm the only new people. Stand up, young fella. And say again?
Senator Rick Lang, Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach, Rick Lining?
Lang, L-A-N-G. L-A-N-G.
L-A-N-G.
Okay, thank you. Welcome.
Welcome, yeah.
Is there anybody else that's first time here? I just knew you and didn't realize it. John, I don't know. Have you ever been to an Orange? Okay, welcome to Orange County, John.
Senator Doug.
Oh, Doug?
Doug Cassidy. Senator Doug Cassidy, Orange.
Orange, is this your first meeting? Okay, welcome. I'm so glad you're here.
Hey, has Senator Rick gotten his committee chair positions yet? Have we nominated him for anything yet? All right, you'll get your assignments later.
Okay, we did not have a meeting in October out in Santa Anita, so there's no minutes. And Joanne has been under the weather, so I don't think we have a sunshine report.
But hasn't Diva?
Diva has been picking up the slack.
Sorry, Diva has been filling in.
Randy, did you have a nice tea?
Yeah. I don't know if Diva will have a report.
Diva's distracted. She's thinking about something else now.
Is she thinking about winning the raffle?
You got to wait till she clears the buffer.
Okay, so I'm filling in for Joanne while she's out. And so if you hear of anybody that has anything going on in their life that you need, I see Santa Bob doing this. So if there's anything that you know that I don't know, please get the information to Santa Rick or to me. I'm divaclaus@gmail.com, and you can send me any information on anybody that's in the hospital, things like that. We'll get them taken care of.
I would like to point out that the sheer tonnage of what we know that she doesn't know would stun a 20-mule team in their tracks.
Anyway, I don't leave witnesses. That'll happen later. The birthday cards went out for those of you that they were a little late because I didn't even know shortly after the beginning of February. So filling in was a new step for me. But March, I'm ready for you. So thank you, Santa Claus.
Thank you. Thank you, Diva. Okay, Dottie, loud and clear.
You don't want that. Again, thank you, Dick, for arranging this today. He came to me and offered to do it. And I'm like, oh, joy.
Hired.
So thank you. Great restaurant. I love my clam chowder, and I'm still working on my salad. Next month, Santa Randy and his bride Luann have arranged for us to go to one of our favorite places because we get a nice big room, we get nice big pizza, we get lots of nice nominations and elections, good price. And so, Randy, could you give the particulars on that for me, please?
Particular.
The details,
Okay, next month,
excuse me.
in the Garden Grove Elks Lodge. We need, as we did this month, a head count so we can tell our chef how many extra pizzas to buy. He gets the blank shells and then makes up the pizza from there. So we need a head count for sure. And Dottie has already set out a time limit to get that done by. It's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon is when we start. 16-inch pizza, 3 toppings, $10. There's a full bar open. There's a band in the afternoon. So please come join us. It's a fun time, and we'd love to have you all there.
Thank you, Randy.
Santa Randy, it's Sunday instead of Saturday. Is that
Correct.
Sunday.
Correct. It's the last Sunday in March. It's, that's because that's not our normal weekend, but that's the day they have the pizza Sunday, and everyone has always enjoyed it so much in the past that if it works, don't fix it.
What's the date?
For $10.50, Gretchen and I share a pizza and take half of it home.
Yeah, there's plenty enough if you want to
Oh.
put the other
Speaking of which, bring a box or bring tinfoil or something if you think you're going to take it home. Because we don't provide that, we just provide the pizza. So if you and now people can split a pizza. That's not a problem. Two couples could split a pizza, but if you buy a whole one and you want to take it home, you got to bring something to carry it home with.
Ziplocs work well because you can stick them in your pocket.
I'd like to add that all of our venues are very successful and most of them are very popular. But in my personal opinion, the best meal deals we get every year are from the Garden Grove Elks Club. They give us our breakfast once a year and they give us our pizza Sunday once a year. And both of those meals are the best food bargains of the year for us.
And the yacht club with Santa.
Yeah.
Yes, and the yacht club also. Thank you, Commodore.
And okay, so that takes care of March. No, yeah, March. And then April. Speaking of Commodore,
Yes.
are we?
We'll set it up for the 26th of April at Sarducci's in San Juan. Everybody usually likes that pretty much.
Yes, sir.
So we'll be doing that.
Because of Easter, it's going to be the last weekend in April. And
Easter is the third weekend in April, so our event is going to be the last Saturday in April.
And since we're meeting the last weekend in March, it kind of falls into place nicely. And again, I think Ed will agree, we grow every year at Sarducci's, so that's a really important, as March is important that we have RSVPs, April is just as equally important because we've pretty well filled that room now. So
We've had about 50 to 60 the last couple of years, and seems to grow a little bit every year. So,
and the other part of that is they need to be sure and have plenty of servers for us because they really provide us good service. But if we don't help them help us, we can't fault them.
That's Sarducci's, correct?
Yes.
11?
And between the Garden Grove Elks Club and Sarducci's, Forbes was born. The idea was agreed upon at the Elks Club, and the vote was actually taken at Sarducci's, if I remember correctly. So those two venues are our historical roots.
What date is April?
I think it's the 26th.
Why don't they have a train go home early?
Yeah. Talk
For
to
us
Art Brown.
especially.
He's got
Yeah.
Art Brown.
We'll talk to Art Brown. He's on the chair. He's on the committee.
If we get a train coming back 3 hours
And
early.
I'd like to thank, it's not been confirmed yet, but we're looking at May. Santa Ted has agreed to arrange it. And tentatively, we're looking at a facility in Fountain Valley, but until it's nailed down, I don't want to get too into that detail. We'll have a couple meetings before that. And that's May. June. I have nobody or nothing arranged for June, and I'm soliciting suggestions. Well, we used to have a picnic in June.
Isn't that when the weddings are all supposed to be?
Okay.
Father's Day. Okay, we'll work together on that.
Gretchen and I will figure something out.
Oh, okay. Well, Ted's on
Toot toot!
volunteering for that,
I got that on tape, Gretch.
Ted was first.
Fine, he gave you a way to do
Irvine
that.
Park, yeah.
Okay, go look at that.
Yeah, we'll look at it. If anybody has any ideas about a picnic or July is back again to the Dana Point Yacht Club. August, we're going back to Casa
Dana West Yacht Club.
And September, we'll worry about. Thank you all.
July 12th.
Okay, while we're still on, wait a minute.
July 12th is the Yacht Club.
He was just pointing out it's Dana West, not Dana Point Yacht Club.
Because there's two of us there.
Yes.
Okay, understood. We'll make sure with the information that pass out by July that everybody understands where they're going. Okay, now Kathy would like to share Inland Empire's adventures and an invitation to us.
This is just a 30-second blurb, and I'm going to talk fast. March 8th, Coco's. We're going to have the ukulele players come back at 1 o'clock. Coco's in Ontario, where we were last year. Then, July 26th, Diva is going to sing the national anthem for the 3rd year running at the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Saturday night.
26th of April?
No, July 26th.
And she's going to get it right any day, any year now.
$8 a ticket. No dinner. I've already sold my first ticket, and I'm just telling you guys way ahead of time. Please buy your tickets pretty soon because I don't want to be chasing around.
July?
'Cause there's gonna 26.
July
26.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I'm thinking opening day.
You can have this
Night
video when I'm
games.
done.
Night games. I'm going to announce it every month. Okay, 30 seconds is done.
Thank you.
She did it!
I did it.
Pretty close.
And since
We want you to show.
Since this is just the ball game, I'm entertaining the idea of us having a tailgate party.
Tailgate.
I don't think we can there.
Huh?
I don't think we can have a tailgate. We had a party. I don't think we can have a tailgate.
We bought the barbecue from them, though.
But we can probably have a picnic. Oh, we'll talk.
Our
We'll find out.
Masonic Lodge has had barbecues in the parking lot.
Yeah, right around where
I'm wrong.
I'm wrong.
Well, you know, things change though. We should verify before we make plans. But I thought it'd be fun to meet before and whoever wants to. And
I'll get. I've always wanted to be in tailgate.
I've already butchered a pterodactyl. I hope we can barbecue.
Sorry, Dottie.
Thank you, Kathy.
we've got lots of time to figure it out.
I'm just coming to see you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is Fords. We have 106
106, you're right.
106 people paid their dues for 2014, including the life, but that figure includes the life members.
Is that in your group or?
Forbes, yes.
Forbes. Now, there's about 22 that paid dues last year that haven't paid dues this year. And so if you haven't paid your dues this year, sometime between October and now, no, I don't know. I think you're current as far as I know.
Watch your emails, you'll get a notice.
Yeah, Rick will get a notice of it. Okay, I gave my share of the luncheon report, but Rick, will you want to tell us more?
Put the camper
I'm
around.
sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to add, although I would like to thank everybody who worked so hard and came up with such great ideas for the reunion this year. This was our best, most successful reunion of all time. It was an event worthy of the milestone, our 20th anniversary. We have some great ideas for next year's reunion already. Check your emails. If you attended this year's reunion, you should have an email waiting for you in your inbox to thank you for your participation, and there's a link in that email that'll take you to the guest satisfaction survey that we have sent out. We'd appreciate your opinions. You can submit your opinions anonymously if you like. There is a spot where you can include your name and email if you want to. That's mainly because there's a place in there where you can volunteer for next year, and we wanted to know who you were. If you were willing to raise your hand, we want to take note of it. So, next year's going to be even bigger and better. We have not nailed down the venue next year. I would say that it's probably 80-20 that we're going to go back to knots at this point. But we did. I would also like to thank the people who joined us yesterday we had a delegation that accepted an invitation from the Riverside Convention and Tourism Bureau, and they gave us a tour of the newly renovated Riverside Convention Center. It's not even open yet. It opens March 1st is their grand reopening. They just spent $35 million rebuilding that thing. They've expanded it dramatically. It's very nice, it's very new, it's very shiny, and it would definitely be sufficient for our needs. However, we have not yet received any figures from the Convention Bureau because we didn't submit a detailed request for proposal. They just gave us a tour of the facilities and some adjacent hotels. The Hyatt, the Marriott, and the Mission Inn in particular are partnered with the Riverside Convention Center. So we will further explore that as an option for a future reunion, and there is even an outside chance that something could come through in time for next year. But again, I think we're about 80-20 going to go back to Knott's this next year, and maybe the RCB is going to be an option for a future reunion. Thank you for everybody. Thank you to everybody who volunteered. Thank you to everybody who attended. And thank you even to those who are leaving the anonymous and vicious guest surveys. We appreciate even the negative feedback from you guys. You can't hurt our feelings. Next year will be even better, based on your opinions and based on your suggestions. Next year will be even bigger and better. But before another second goes by, I want to thank these two right here. This guy right here, he is the mind behind, the shoulders beneath, and even the face upon our fraternity. In case you never noticed, our logo, the Fraternal Order of Real Bearded Santas, is a familiar face, and now you know why. This guy is even the face of the Fraternal Order. But that puts him in second place because this is the real power behind the throne. And I really want to thank her for loaning him to us for all of those many hours. So thank you too. Thank you.
There's two of you. There's you and
I couldn't have crossed the sidewalk without his advice. That's the truth. I use GPS to get to my own mailbox, so this guy guides me every step of the way. Thank you. I'm done.
Okay.
2 words everybody always wants to hear from me.
And of course, every time somebody calls up and says, Bob, I'm going right to the source, you got to give me an answer. Call Rick.
He's got the magic 8-ball this month.
See, a good leader knows how to delegate. Call Rick. and he bails us out all the time, and I can't thank Rick and Deaver enough for all that they do in taking this on again this year. I can't believe it. And this year, why San Diego is going to be more involved with the co-chairman is going to be Glenn Bailey, Glenn Bailey was ukulele Glenn, who taught the ukulele seminars, and his wife Jacqueline was the lady that was in charge of that huge fashion show. And they're good, hard-working people that put things together very well. So we're glad they're on our team.
Hear, hear.
I just want to mention on the some of you who are at the beginning of the alphabet would have already gotten an email from me with an attachment of your picture as it's going to be in the yearbook, and I'm asking for proofing. If you got the wrong picture, I apologize. I got my numbers backwards, but be watching for those. Photos and get them back, either whether they're good or there's corrections, so that I know I can let Bob know I'm helping him with the proofreading of the book. So, and if you talk to any other Santas, let them know to be watching for their.
If you want the right phone numbers, email address, and your name spelled right, when she sends it out to you, look it on over and make sure, because I'm famous for couldn't read R-A-D-E or some such thing. You know, I really switch things around a lot.
Some of the names and emails and area codes I know, but your personal information I really don't have all at my eyeballs.
Don't make us get it from the NSA, folks. Read your emails.
Okay, is there any other old business? We've kind of meandered on through it all here, I think. Unless somebody has something they want to bring up. Okay. Any other new business before we get to elections? That's nice. We'll shorten the meeting there. Okay. Well, at this point in time, we're going to open nominations for president of the Orange County chapter.
Nominate Bob Callahan.
I second it.
Well,
Nominate Gretchen Callahan.
I second it.
no, I think it's time to let somebody else run Orange County.
I nominate Rick Earl.
So I thank you, and I'm going to decline the nomination, and I'm going to nominate Rick Irwin.
I second it.
I second the nomination.
Gretchen, I
Nominate Big. Okay, yeah.
Was there a second?
Okay, are there any further nominations?
There has been no second for me, in case you didn't notice. Oh, sorry.
I second it.
Sorry, I had my fingers crossed in my pocket, guys. That was it.
We're Suedo parliamentarians on the job.
Okay, all
Okay,
right.
now, are there any further nominations for president? The way this is going to work for the new people that haven't been through this before is today we will open the floor for nominations for president, secretary, treasurer. Do we got a treasurer?
No.
No, we don't.
Not yet.
Bob, I nominate
President, vice president, and secretary. Next month, the floor will open nominations for the second time, and then after the nominations close next meeting, why then we will vote. Okay, so at this time, we're going to close the nominations for president until next week, and we open nominations for vice president.
Randy? Sorry.
Maybe Earl wants to be vice president.
Earl.
Hey, Earl stood up and volunteered.
No, if I
Thank you for volunteering, Earl. Greg, you interested? Nominate Greg Ferguson. Second.
We'll second that. Okay.
Who?
Greg Ferguson. Not Craig Ferguson, although they have been on TV together.
G-R-E-G. Are there any further nominations for vice president? With no further nominations, we're going to close nominations for vice president until next month. Okay, secretary.
I'd like to nominate Ted Hardy.
Okay,
Second.
second.
Okay, hang on. I've got something to say. I've done this for a year now, and it takes a lot of my time because I'm not computer literate. And I wish that somebody else who really knows how to use a computer would do this. And it's not hard to do, but like I say, I'm not computer literate, and I just have fits with it. And you can ask Bob, it takes me a week or 2 weeks to get it back to him.
But you're getting better every month. You're getting
Well,
better.
yeah, but I mean, I sometimes I really lose my patience with my computer. But anyway,
I know you are.
I'm going to decline the nomination.
Well, you've done such a great
I think
job.
that this is like a baseball team. It's time for somebody else to come up and bat. Okay?
Did you hear what she said?
Thank you.
Thank you for doing such a good job, Ollie. There's some collusion going on over there.
I don't know.
Okay, all right. You can think about it. I nominate Victoria Diva Claus Irwin as chapter secretary. We have 2 seconds. Thank you.
Well, we've got 3 if you need.
Okay. And you can do both until he appoints a. Yeah. She can handle both until we find a sunshine secretary.
Okay,
Right,
yeah.
right.
I think Sunshine is appointed and
Right.
and activities is volunteers that choose their own chairman.
Right.
So we need a what?
The treasurer. I nominate Bob.
Oh,
He's doing it already.
I don't have any money, so.
You do now.
Okay, I can do that.
And we have to hire a CPA anyway, so that job will get easier.
I second the nomination.
Okay. Are there any further nominations for treasurer?
Richard.
You just got nominated.
You want one of your girls to be treasurer?
No, one of them's leaving and the other one's already too busy. Holly could be a treasurer if she's smart enough, but that's okay.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, we're going to close nominations
Love that shirt.
for treasurer at this point. So, that closes nominations for today. They will reopen next month and we will elect officers. That concludes everything I have for you. We would answer any questions. Anybody, the floor is open to anybody that has something they want to share. And if there's nothing else, why then we're going to go to the raffle here. But is there anybody that has anything they want to share first?
Shar.
Shar?
Yes.
Okay.
I still have a group going to Alaska
Heads up.
in August. If anybody's interested, it's round trip Vancouver, and the rates are really great. And I've been on these trips, and they're a lot of fun. So if anybody would be like to know, I have some flyers here.
For those who don't know, Shar is our official travel coordinator.
We did a cruise in 2010. There were 80 of us that went down the Mexican Riviera, and 25 of them were real bearded salmon. We had a really, really fun time. And we don't have to necessarily put together an Alaska trip. If you guys want to go somewhere else, we can do something different. So let me know with your ideas.
If Mexico stabilizes a little bit, it's been a few years. We might be able to go back there. You know, it's been a couple of years.
Cruises has some West Coast tours now. If you guys like wine country,
When is that cruise to Alaska?
August 13th. I can give you a flyer if you want. But Princess Cruises is starting to have West Coast West Coast cruises now, up and down the coast, the wine country. Different itineraries. So we can
That sounds good too. Yeah.
Custom made. I can just see a whole bunch of Santas getting off in the wine country, you know.
Hey, there are worse ways to spend 3 days than floating around in a 5-star hotel.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you, Chad. David Coates.
Is it raining or snowing?
Boy, that's a way to make sure you don't need secretary.
Oh, really? Is that how we do it?
Now, okay, we're starting to draw for the big prize. What's the first prize? Or you get the 50? Well, first prize is the 50-50. Got $2 and...
If you close the meeting, I don't have to record this.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to close the meeting and say meeting adjourned and then have the raffle.
Meeting adjourned.